I have a helper in the shop today. She's a little camera shy. Right, buddy? She's like,
nope, let me inside. I don't want to be on camera. Nope, let me inside where it's cool. It's too hot out here.
welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be working on bump stops on the Chevy 3100 behind me. We're doing front bump stops and rear bump stops. Went to the old AutoZone and picked up a 2-pack of these polyurethane bump stops. I actually picked up 2 packs. They come with a pack of 2, 1 pack for the rear, 1 pack for the front. This is what the polyurethane bump stop looks like. It's got a 3/8 inch threaded bolt sticking out the bottom of it. So what I'm going to do is, in the rear of the C-notch, I actually welded in 3/8 inch nuts. These should screw in nice and easily right up inside, and it should provide the perfect amount of stoppage. For the front, we're not sure how we're going to fix that yet. There's a cup where the bag sits inside. If there's room, I'm going to bolt this up on the underside of that and possibly weld on a bolt to the bottom control arm that we can adjust up and down to where the stop sits. The whole goal with this is to, when the truck is completely aired out, I want it to sit about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch off of the ground where you can still push the truck around. As it sits right now, when you air it out completely, the actual skid plate underneath the engine hits the ground and the truck is not moving once it's aired out. So as a little safety measure, fully aired out, sitting on bump stops, the truck should still be able to roll around, and that's the goal for today, so let's get to it. So right down in here, inside the C-notch, I actually welded in a nut, a 3/8 inch nut right in here. I actually have some bump stops that actually have 3/8 inch thread on them. So I'm going to raise the back up and thread those in and see how high we are when we air it out completely in the back. These are the bump stops that we're going to be putting in the back and probably the front. Like this. It'll thread up into the C-notch like this. So that'll be tight up against the frame right here. And this will hit the actual axle. I'm going to take this and screw it up on the other side of the C-notch. Now we're going to air it out, see how it actually rests on the bump stops. So this is the problem we're running into right now. When we completely air out, the skid plate right here is actually sitting on the ground. And what we want to do is we want to put a bump stop in somewhere on this control arm that would actually keep it from airing out all the way down. So I need to figure out a way or where we could actually put a bump stop in here to prevent that. Now we're going to cut this down. If it's too short, we might have to just buy another ones, but it's all trial and error at this point. first round with the bump stops did not work out to plan. I actually cut the bump stop down too low, so when it does air all the way up, it's still sitting a little bit too low. So I went and bought another pair of these. It's weird, you go to AutoZone, one AutoZone charges you $12 for a pack of 2, the other AutoZone charges you $4. No idea, not asking questions, $4, I'll take that all day long. So I spent $4 and bought another pack of 2. I'm actually going to take the ones that I cut down too much, I actually cut them down so there's only one rib sticking out here. I actually went and stopped at Lowe's, picked up a bunch of cheap flat washers. I'm going to take it out, I'm going to stack the washers in here just to get a rough idea of where I want that to be. Once I figure out the washer depth, then I'll compare it to this one before I make the cuts on this one. So that's what we're working on right now. So right here is the bump stop we put in earlier. It is too short, so I need to make this a little bit longer. So we're going to take this off. I'm going to put some washers in between the bump stop and the actual frame, put it back together, which should give us more space here that we know the new bump stops, how big they're going to have to be. So we're going to take these out right now. So I got about 6 of these flat washers here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take about, I got about 12 of these, 6 for each side. So 5 would be about this thick. I'm thinking that'll probably be enough, so let's try 5. They're going to slide right on here like this, and hopefully there's enough thread to feed up in there, and we can still put the nut on the top, which we should be able to. And that should give us a little over a 1/4 inch more space up underneath. So we're going to try that on the other side, put it back together and lower it down and see what happens. Now we're going to lower the truck down and see if the new little washer spacers that we put in are actually going to affect the actual ride height when it is completely aired out. We're going to let it down off the jacks right now, air the bags out and see how it goes. I think that's good. It's hard to see on camera here, but we actually are a good, probably about a 1/2 inch or so off the ground, which means I can actually pull on this, and this actually moves, and I'm fully aired out right now. This is exactly what I wanted. I could almost leave those bump stops as they are, but I'm probably going to cut the new ones down to size so it actually rides where it should. But that is a success right there. So I said to run to Lowe's to pick up some more washers to put in the rear bump stops. So I want to actually raise up the rear bump stops just like this, just like I did to the front, to get the back level with the front right now. So we're going to work on that right now. Another 5 washers to this one, put it back in, lower the truck down, and we should be done with the bump stops. Alright everyone, that's going to be a wrap for this video. The front bump stops are in, the rear bump stops are in, the truck is aired out completely right now. I've got about a 1/4 inch of space underneath the front and the back of the truck. It's leveled out nicely. I might raise the back just a smidgen more if I can, but right now the truck is aired out completely. It does not hit the ground at all, which is exactly what I'm looking for, and I'm still very close to the ground as it is. I'm sweating my ass off in the garage, as you can see. I'm done for tonight. That's going to be a wrap for this video, so please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the big red button right here that looks like subscribe right down there. Hit the notification icon so you know when future videos come out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.